So here is your first look at a retail and fake pair of the Nike Sacai Vaporwaffle in the black colorway. Can you tell any differences between these two? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another comparison video for you that's between two pairs of the Nike Sacai Vaporwaffle in the black colorway. So the pair on my right is the retail pair, which I purchased directly from Sneakers, and the pair on the left is the fake pair. So I'll just be doing a comparison and showing you what to look for if you're trying to purchase the retail pair. But before we get into the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to today's sponsor. So Legitmark is the standard for sneaker authentication and is the safest and most reliable place to get your sneakers authenticated, and they have this pair on the platform, so if you have a pair at home and don't know if it's real or fake, there's a link in the description for you to check them out and for them to authenticate your pair for you. So we'll get right into the comparison. First thing to note, the fake box is a little bit damaged compared to the retail one. Obviously it's straight from Nike, so this one is in pristine condition, whereas the fake one is just a little bit damaged. But in terms of color, they're very similar indeed. I would say the fake box is maybe a slightly darker orange than the retail box. However, this would be really hard to tell unless you were in studio lighting. The Nike logo on the top is pretty much exactly the same, so there's no difference here. And now we'll take a closer look at the labels. So here are the two labels. As you can see, they're both a UK 9. However, there is slight differences in the text. So where the text says the actual color black off noir, you can see that the font size is very different from retail to fake. And also the code at the bottom of the label, which gives you the model number, you can see is very different from retail to fake in terms of sizing. But nobody really wants me to talk about the boxes for the entire video, so we'll open them up, take a closer look at the shoes. So open up the retail one first. As you can see, paper comes wrapped around both shoes at the top, whereas if we open the fake one, like I expected, the shoes are completely exposed. The paper is lying flat on the bottom of the box. So straight away, both pairs come with spare rope-like laces, which I'll give you a close-up of. As you can see from the close-up, there is a difference in the color. What I would say is the retail one, the laces are slightly darker than the fake one. However, on the paper itself, there is no difference whatsoever. So here is your first look at a retail and fake pair of the Nike Sacai Vaporwaffle in the black colorway. Can you tell any differences between these two? So the first difference to note occurs across the toe box area where we have this suede-like material. So if I give you a close-up of this, we can see a difference between the two. So from the close-up, you can see that on the retail one, the suede is a lot longer than it is on the fake one. On the fake one, it almost looks like a velvet material just because that suede is cut very short compared to the retail pair. Spinning the shoe to the outer side and we take a look at the swoosh on the outer side of the shoe, we can see differences here. So from the close-up, you can see that the Nike swoosh on the side is a completely different material. On the retail one, you can see it is a black leather, whereas on the fake one, it's a black leather but covered in this almost like plastic, like shiny material. So it gives off a completely different look from retail to fake. So just look closely at that outer swoosh if you are trying to authenticate, because they don't seem to have got this right just yet. Just like on the outer side swoosh, the inner side swoosh has this, so I'll show you a close-up of this as well, just so you can recognize that it happens on both sides of the swoosh. Spinning the shoe upside down, taking a look at that gum-like sole on the bottom, there is actually a minor difference between the two, and it's the color of the gum itself, so hopefully it's showing up in the lighting. But the retail pair is a slightly lighter gum sole than the fake one. It's just a little bit too dark. However, after a few wears, this will be incredibly hard to tell the difference between. So a common flaw that happens between retail and fake is the actual lacing system when it's dead stock is very different. And once again, this has occurred on this pair here. So from the close-up, I can show you the fake one. It doesn't go to the top two lace holes on the shoe when it's dead stock laced, whereas on the retail pair, as you can see here, it goes to the second highest lace holes. So just look closely if you have bought or are buying a dead stock pair, the laces go all the way to the second top hole. So a very minor difference occurs on the back of the shoe. And if you look at this almost like heel tab kind of loop at the back of the shoe, you'll see it has a small Nike logo on the back. If you look at the shape of these, they are very different between the retail and fake. However, because this swoosh is so small, very little people are going to see this, so just look closely at this if you are trying to authenticate your pair. Taking a look at the front of the shoe again and taking a look at these Nike Sacai labels on the tongue, you can see differences between the two. So from the close-up here, you can see that where it says Sacai, that the font size is different from retail to fake. On the fake one, it just looks a little bit squished, and just in general for the overall label, it looks a little bit squished compared to the retail one. So look closely at this if you are trying to authenticate them. Now we're going to take a look inside the shoe. So they do come with a shoe paper on the inside. Take out the retail one, take out the fake one, and just giving you a close-up of this, there is actually a slight difference between the two. So I would say the retail one is a much softer paper used compared to the fake one, which is very stiff and almost laminated compared to the retail one. They do both have that speckled appearance on the top, However, you can see there is actually a slight color difference and material difference between the two. Now I'm going to attempt to take out the insole on the retail one here, and then the fake one here. So taking a look from above at the insoles, you can see there is actually a slight color difference in the actual material from above. On the fake one, it's a slightly darker color compared to the retail one, and this reflects the Nike Sacai labeling at the back of the heel. You can see that the text color is different from retail to fake. Spinning the insole upside down, you can actually see there is a clear color difference between the two, with the fake one being a much darker yellow compared to the retail one. However, I've done this test before. These both actually are glued to the bottom of the insole, so they both stick. I would say the fake one is a much stronger glue than the retail one, but they do both have a little bit of glue on the bottom. Giving you a close-up of the swoosh on the outer side, if you look at the stitching going around the outer edges of the swoosh, you can see on the retail one it is very high quality, and the gap between the outer edge of the swoosh and the stitching is equal all the way around the swoosh. Whereas if you look at the fake one, you can see it has uneven edges, and the gaps around the outer edges are uneven compared to the retail one. However, as you can see from this video, these shoes are actually incredibly close, and I was a little bit surprised about how little and minor the details are between the two pairs. So if you are trying to authenticate your pair, please look very carefully, because this is quite a tough one. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you if you are trying to authenticate your pair, and if you're still struggling, Legit Mark is here to help, so there's a link in the description. But thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.